I'm marketing manager and brand ambassador for Kavalan.
Kavalan, I think, is the most awarded whiskey in the world.
All I knew was the cheap stuff mixed with Coke. My friends always drank, and I was like, oh my God, now I have to sell whiskey.
What else makes Kavalan special for you?
It's definitely the taste, which is influenced by their climate and the water they use. First question was, where's the whiskey from? And you said Taiwan. They either got like, oh, and turned around straight away, or they were like, really? Is that any good? And then all of a sudden, everyone wanted to get this whiskey, and we were sold out within hours. So I called Taiwan and said, I need another transfer of Vinho Barrique. And on the other end of the line, they were like, ha ha ha, yeah, you wish. We don't have any left.
It's a big mistake you didn't bring any bottles to have it here.
Don't you blame me.
Really?
She did.
Pavlos,
She did. That was a
Pambos.
surprise.
I thought about you, so it's
That was
been carefully.
a surprise.
We're back to Sips and Stories. It's our first international episode. With us, we have Silvia Engelhardt. So tell us who you are and what is your job.
Yeah, my name's Silvia Engelhardt. I'm from Germany, and I'm marketing manager and brand ambassador for Kavalan. Usually I cover the German-speaking markets, that is Austria, Germany, and Switzerland. And I got the honor to represent Kavalan in Cyprus, so that's why I'm here.
I think it's our honor. It's the
Definitely.
second or third time you're here, so every time you come, we enjoy you. So
Yeah, I'm happy to come back every time.
I think it's the third time.
So how did you started in the whiskey industry and with Kavalan in general?
Well, it's basically the same, because it's my first job in the industry. And I guess I'm the only brand ambassador in the world who can say the whiskey came to me, because I was already in the company when they asked us to import the whiskey as well. So I was starting with Kinka Group, who is the owner of the Kavalan distillery, in 2011. And the first product we had in Germany was Mr. Brown canned coffee, which you probably all know in Cyprus, because you can find it everywhere.
I think it's the most famous coffee in Cyprus.
Yeah. So I was hired to do marketing for Mr. Brown. And in 2013, our boss asked us to also import the whiskey. So we hired a colleague who was doing sales for the whiskey. And I said, if you need any help with marketing, let me know. And after a couple of weeks, she came and said, for whiskey, we need to do shows. And we were 2 German people back then and 2 Taiwanese, so it was pretty clear who was doing the shows. So that's how I slipped into it. And honestly, I had not a clue about whiskey back time. And so I didn't even like it, because all I knew was the cheap stuff mixed with Coke. My friends always drank, and I was like, oh my God, now I have to sell whiskey.
Everyone
and
has
I
to
don't even
start
like
somewhere.
it. So my first ever proper whiskey I tried was the Kavalan Classic, because I thought if I have to sell it, I need to know how it tastes like. And I took a sip and thought, that actually tastes good. So that's how I came to the whiskey world. And then I grew up with my line from, I think I started with 4 different Kavalans. And now in Germany, with all like limited editions and stuff, we have around about 24 expressions
24?
in the market. Yeah.
That's a lot.
I think it's 13 in Cyprus.
Yeah, but that's a lot already. Like, you started later.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So just wait, you catch up.
Hopefully. So it wasn't difficult for you to promote the Taiwanese whiskey to the European market?
Oh, it was, trust me. People
What was the most difficult thing you find in that way?
They were very skeptic and sometimes rejective about Asian whiskey, because like, yeah, what's your image about Asia? To be mean, it's like copy paste. So everyone was like, yeah, they just copied something and it can't be good. So honestly, in the beginning, we thought, I guess all those people just come to our booth because there's 2 young ladies behind it. And then no one had a clue what Kavalan whiskey is. So they came looking at us like, what are you having there? And then the first question was, where's the whiskey from? And you said, Taiwan. They either got like, oh, and turned around straight away, or they were like, really? Is that any good? And we said, yeah, try. It's really good. And one show that was the worst I ever had. Where's the whiskey from? Taiwan. Thank you. Run away. Or the highest we got was, oh, is it peated? No, thanks, bam. And people ran away from us and we were like, stop. So in the beginning, we literally had to drag them to the booth and like, give me your glass. I'll pour a little bit of whiskey into your glass. If you don't like it, it's fine. But if it's rather, then we talk. And that's how we got the people to try Kavalan. And it took us 4 years until this stopped.
I can imagine.
So by now, it's actually most people heard about it and even tried it. Sometimes it gets boring. They come like, I have this, I tried this. But in the beginning, you had all those skeptic people. And that was so much fun because you could tell from their face. I'm like, there's another one. He's coming.
I think maybe it was the first distillery that came to confuse people about Scottish and world whiskey. Yeah. I think it was the first one who did this skepticism. Whatever.
Yeah, and what really helped us a lot was that I think it was 2014 or 13.
The award.
First it was, what is it? The
International World Spirit Competition?
No, he made the
with
Japanese,
the
the Japanese whiskey from the Oloroso cask, best whiskey in the World Whiskey Yearbook.
Okay.
And that helped a lot because it was an Asian whiskey already. So then they came back and said, oh, yeah, Japan, Taiwan, it's not that far. So we're like, look, this is obviously good whiskey. Why don't you try? And then the next thing, of course, was the World Whiskey Award. And that really helped a lot.
That was, I think, the startup in Europe.
The craziest day of my life, that was.
And that's my next question. So Kavalan, I think, is the most awarded whiskey in the world. In so many competitions, every competition of whiskey I see, you get tons of medals. And the pinnacle was the World Whiskey Awards, best single malt in the world. So how did that help the brand and how did it affected it towards the eyes of the whiskey drinkers? And what it gave to the team? How did the team accept this award, or did anything change on the whole structure of Kavalan?
I don't think it changed on the structure, but the fact that we received this award was that all of a sudden everyone wanted to get this whiskey, and we were sold out within hours. So I called Taiwan and said, I need another transfer of Vigno Barrique. And on the other end of the line, they were like, yeah, you wish. We don't have any left. We're sold out. And then this product has been sold out for like 4 or 5 years because the home market is still the most important market to them. So if they don't have enough stock in Asia, they don't give anything to export.
Okay.
All right.
So you can do whatever you want. And they're like, no, sorry, our market is not satisfactory. So we need to wait.
That's very good.
So I guess it was a big boom.
It was a huge
after
boom.
That.
Yeah.
So how they managed to keep that quality? Because for me, it's one of the most makers that they keep quality on their bottles. So how they keep to manage that quality after this big boom?
The thing is, our entire team is very quality orientated. So quality always comes first and quantity is next. So whenever there is the slightest issue, the whiskey doesn't leave the warehouse. I had an issue with a sherry oak a couple of years ago. There were too many of, how do you call this? It's unfiltered,
sediments.
so the sediments in there. Yeah. But there were more than there should be. And I urgently needed another container with sherry oak. And they said, sorry, we have an issue here. Nothing is leaving our warehouse. And I was like, I could sell thousands of bottles right now. Can you please? No, we have an issue. I'm not sending this out. This is not the quality we want. So honestly, quality comes first, and then you have to wait.
That's amazing to know that a brand actually does this.
Yes.
At nowadays, especially when the market is dry.
And another thing to keep up with the quantity was they enlarged the distillery step by step. So in 2015 and 16, they built another pairs of pot stills. So they started with 4 stills, 2 wash, 2 spirit stills. Then they enlarged it to another 6 stills. And in 2016, they built a second building with another 5 pairs, another 10 stills.
That's a lot.
So by now, it's the overall outcome could be up to 9 million liters of alcohol a year, which makes Kavalan under the 10 biggest
quantities.
Distilleries in the world. Yeah. And of course, they also had to build new warehouses. So they started it with one, then they built in 2015 a second one that had exactly the same size as the first one. And I think in 2024, they opened a third warehouse, and this is outrageously big. It's 7 stories.
We can imagine.
It's bigger than the 2 warehouses together. And you stand there looking up and think, like, this never ends.
It's in the same areas.
Yeah, it's right next to each other.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Because the Kinka Group owns a big premises there. So the entire distillery is on a huge ground. I think it's 36 hectares of land. So there's space for some more warehouses.
So we have the quality, we have the warehouses, we have the power to produce so much. So what else makes Kavalan special for you?
It's definitely the taste, which is influenced by their climate and the water they use. They use like the water that's coming from the snow mountains, which is behind the distilleries. So there's the minerals which get attached to the water by dripping through all the layers of stones, make it very smooth and soft. And the climate does a lot during maturation. So we have high humidity and heat in summer. So we have 5 stories or 7-story warehouses. On the ground floor, you have an average temperature of 24 degrees. Under the roof, it can be over 40. So like this, you see there's expansion inside the cask a lot. And winters are rather cool, so they open up the windows of the warehouse that the cool sea breezes can come in. And in summer, they close everything, and then the heat's up.
All right.
So, yeah.
That's a trick. That's
Interesting, to do this manipulation with the weather and temperature.
And you have to permanently control the cask. So like small casks, bourbon casks and stuff are on the lower levels, and the big sherry butts are under the roof. And then sometimes you have to like move them down a bit or permanently control, because a couple of weeks or months can decide whether the whiskey is good to be bottled or is like already over the good point.
And of course, I guess, and choosing the right cask from your master distiller and the master blender, they are doing such a great job also, except the climate that
Same
is doing
with
the nature job.
The casks, it's very quality orientated, so they look for extremely good casks. And like we have a solist here, it's a single cask bottling. So from all the casks they have, they're going to go through it and test it if this cask here is meant to be a solist, or if it's not that good, it goes into the vettings. Because then you can balance more wood influence or more sweetness. Whereas in a solist, it's just the way it is, so it has to be the right cask.
And I think, I'm not sure, but I think I saw something. You are producing your own cask now.
Don't know if it's the own cask. They have a cooperage, so they can repair casks. That's what they do.
All right. It's just for reparations, no?
As far as I know, it's just for reparations, yeah.
Okay.
And what they also do is like rejuvenate their own casks. You know, we worked with Dr. Jim Swan. The STR
is called
right.
Shave, Toast and Recharge.
Yeah, and that's going to be done by Kavalan also.
Okay.
All right.
If you ever make it to the distillery, take a look at that, because that's
our
really
target.
cool.
Maybe
it is
2 years
target,
period is our target
Cool.
to do a trip there. So let's see how
just don't go in summer.
Well, we don't.
I mean, you used to.
We are familiar to those temperatures anyway, but I think we're going to enjoy it much better.
I've been there once in the beginning of June in Taipei, 8 o'clock in the morning, 30 degrees, 85% humidity. And it's
Cyprus.
June, so don't go in August.
It's 100% like Cyprus.
Probably we're 1-2 degrees more than this. The next thing we want to ask is, what Kinka represent as a landmark in Taiwan?
The Kinka Group is a very, very big mixed industry group. Like initially, they started in the 50s with a chemical industry called the Chuchen Industrial Group, and they produced like detergent, mosquito repellents, stuff for agriculture to keep unwanted animals out, stuff like this. And then in 1979, our boss decided in Asia that works. So you can do two different things at the same time, to do something completely different, and entered the food and beverage industry and founded the Kinka Group. So they started with root beer, which they still sell until today. And it's really tasty.
Really?
Root beer, yeah.
Root beer, okay.
There's Kavalan malt beer, I think
Okay.
it's called. And Kinka root beer, nice, yeah. And by now it's massive. They do, like, I believe you can live off products from the Kinka Group. They have instant noodles. They have a shrimp farm where they breed their own shrimps that go into deep fried shrimps later on.
I think Mr. Lagis told us this before a few days.
They have
It was impressive.
own drinks production. They do tea, drinks.
Photovoltaic, the sun absorbers, whatever. Photovoltaic systems.
Yeah.
Solar system, actually.
Is it?
Yeah, they do solar system, they do batteries, I think, they do so many things.
Yeah, but most of it is like in the food and beverage industry now. So, yeah.
It's everything in one factory, or
No, they have
is it
they
like
have
one
different.
very big village? Well, how is
No,
it?
it's all over the place in Taiwan. So they have different locations. But for example, the canned coffee factory is in the same area as what they do for tea drinks as well.
Okay.
And the beer brewery they opened a couple of years ago is also on that premises. So, yeah. But the whiskey is the dream of our senior boss. He is
think
a
he's like a
whiskey
hobby, I think,
aficionado.
for
He
Kinka.
really likes whiskey. And once he earned enough money with his Kinka Group, he fulfilled his lifetime dream and built himself a distillery.
And then I was gonna say his dream is becoming true. You know.
Yeah.
He achieved a lot.
And he did a really good thing. He didn't just start and go like, okay, I have experience in root beer, I can do this. So he said, I need an advisor. So he asked and found Dr. Jim Swan. And so Jim Swan said, yeah, I can help you, but we need to experiment because I have never made whiskey in a climate like yours. I'm used to Scotland. But Kavalan was the first world distillery who he was working with. So they needed to play around and see like what's best in that climate, how long is maturation actually, and it's much shorter. So that's also a reason why Kavalan doesn't do any age statements, because we mature our whiskey much, much faster, but the age share is pretty high as well. So we lose about 3 to 4 times as much out of our casks as the Scottish do.
I think this year was the first age statement you released,
Yes.
the 15 years old
Yeah.
limited edition.
Yeah. And this is a vetting of 4 different casks because I believe after 15 years, there's not much left in a cask.
So speaking of cask, how many different type of casks does Kavalan have in terms of wood and in terms of the ex-liquid that was inside before?
I'm not 100% sure how many there are, but I know they use American oak, they use European oak, and they do experiment with some other oaks, but this is still confidential. So, but they are trying on something. I heard a couple of years ago from our former master blender that they would try to do something with Mizunara oak, but I've never seen anything. So maybe it's part of the mixed assortment.
Or maybe it's hidden
Or
secret
it doesn't
for
work
now.
with the heat. I don't know. From the point of liquid, I know we have bourbon, we have the entire sherry range. So we have Oloroso, Fino, Manzanilla, Amontillado, Moscatel, Pedro Jimenez. We have Palo Cortado as well. That's the new 45th anniversary edition for Kinka Group.
Okay, I hope we're going to try it one day.
Yep.
Yeah. We have wine barriques, we have Madeira casks, we have port casks. Usually it's ruby port. I don't know if they have a tawny port as well. In our new VIP tasting room inside the warehouse, they also have a Colita port cask.
Okay.
But this has not been bottled. It's just for
just
the
for
VIP
the
to taste
visitors.
out of the cask.
Okay.
So this is one of the newest projects.
So that is another reason
we
we
have
have to go.
rum casks. We had casks that were initially containing peated whiskey. So it's the so-called peaty cask. By now, they also do a peated whiskey. so slightly peated. Yeah, there's all sorts of casks. I can come up with at least
I
like
think
15, 16 different
in
liquids.
terms of wine style and sherry cask, you have one of the biggest variety of.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, back to Cyprus. How many years does Kavalan or King Card Distillery works with Mr. Lakis Zodiadis, with the company Zodiadis Trading?
With the company of Zodiadis Trading, they've been working for over 3 decades with Mr. Brown Coffee already. And they started importing Kavalan in 2018 to Cyprus.
30 years.
30 years.
Yes.
That's
So we should do a
That's
30
why you-
years
We're gonna have
anniversary
party.
Yeah,
for
a coffee
Cyprus.
cask.
Mr. Brown cask, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. We have to tell it to Mr. Zirosi. I think he gonna come up with something.
Or maybe a Guandaria cask. Cyprus
That's even
product.
better.
So
Yeah.
So for you, it's the third time, as we said before,
Yeah.
in Cyprus. What's your experience with our island and whiskey?
Oh, you have many very interested people in whiskey. And I realized compared to last year that there's a big step forward in people knowing about Kavalan. Last year, there were so many, because like, where's this whiskey from? And this year, like yesterday, I only had 2 who had never tried a Taiwanese whiskey before. And everybody else was like, oh, look, there's Kavalan. So they didn't know everything we had on the table, but they've heard about it. And last year it was the complete opposite. So there's been a good job
Yep.
been done in
I think if
Cyprus.
you were here 3 years ago, it would be like 0 people knowing Kavalan.
It was
Yeah.
me and Pavlos, I think.
And our friends that were enjoying
Well, then
our whiskey.
you should get a distributor award or word of mouth
So
marketing award. or
Next time
something.
you're coming,
bring an
something,
award,
Maybe
okay,
a Palo
yeah.
Cortado bottle as an award for
Okay, I'm
the-
going to rob a bank before I bring you the Palo Cortado, but yeah.
So tell us anything crazy or notable that happened at a tasting you did or at any festival or something that, like you told us before, the people were running away when they heard Kavalan.
One of
any
my
crazy story.
My favorite is we're in a fair and then there comes a customer and says, where's this whiskey from? Taiwan. No, it's from Finland. We're like, no, it's from Taiwan. No, it's from Finland. It says Finnish.
Finish.
Really?
So it's the
really?
port cask Finnish. That's why it's Finnish. That was a fair where it wasn't just a whiskey fair. It was combined with a completely different type of fair and they could just walk in and out. So it was someone who had no clue about whiskey, but it was hilarious. Our whiskey's from Finland.
That's
And name-wise, people go like Kavalan
Never thought it
could
like
be
this.
Scandinavian from the sound. So yeah, that was funny.
I was going to say that this guy must be very proud Finnish. You know,
Finnish.
all the whiskies of the
Patriot.
world are done in Finland.
Yeah, I really like that, the Finnish whiskey. Yeah.
So what's the target for Kavalan for the next few years?
They want to, like, of course, keep their quality and keep on developing with different casks, mature in their climate and experiment with different woods to always like keep up new good quality whiskey. And the target of Mr. Lee has always been he wants to have one Kavalan that suits everybody's taste.
Palette.
Yeah. That's why we have so many different types of whiskey. And recently they started actually a first peated line. It's called the Peatist ex-bourbon and the Peatist Oloroso sherry cask. So it's slightly peated, but you can taste a lot. Sometimes it's like you can even smell it. But we had, in the past, they had a special cask that's not always available because usually it's the distillery reserve. It's a Solist peated whiskey.
Okay.
So that was the first step. And now we have the Peatist line.
So it was just a peated cask. And you put
The
Kavalan
first
inside.
that was the first step.
first-
And now
it was
you're
the
actually-
PT cask.
Okay.
And then, so it was called Solist PT cask. That was an ex-Isla cask filled with unpeated Kavalan new make. And the next step was the Solist peated whiskey, which is peated barley, but it's just very slightly. So it's 25 ppm in the barley, which equals like
4 or 5.
5. Yeah.
Okay.
So this is what I really like because I'm not a big fan of heavily peated whiskies because my palate goes dead. I just taste peat. And with that slightly peated, it's an addition to the fruit flavors, but you don't lose the fruit flavors. So I really like that
It's not
kind of
that
peat.
elegant.
Yeah.
It's a big mistake you didn't bring any bottles to have it here.
Don't you blame me.
Really?
She did. That was a surprise.
I thought about you, so it's
That was
been carefully.
a surprise.
And I noticed we don't have our whiskey here, but we're gonna bring it later.
So this is a Peter's
All right.
bourbon. I came by plane, so I couldn't bring you much
That's more
amounts.
than enough.
That's amazing.
And here's for you a Peter's Oloroso and a
right.
Peter's bourbon.
Ew.
So, what is your favorite go-to Kavalan? And what is the expression that you really, really enjoyed that is the best Kavalan ever?
Oh, this is hard because there's not the one, there is more, and it always depends on like what you look for. Solist wise, I really love the Vinho Barrique, but if it's like for every day, I also really like the ex-bourbon oak.
Okay, I think we don't have that in Cyprus.
No.
That was a whiskey that really flashed me because we got Oloroso Sherry Oak and Bourbon Oak, so it's both 46% ABV whiskeys at the same time. And when I started, I was like more into the sherry, the sweet stuff. And by now, my taste changed a bit. And I, of course, started trying the sherry first. So I had at a fair, I opened the first bottle, had the sherry. I was like, okay. So I poured my bourbon and then built up the stand, and somebody came and talked to me, and I forgot about the bourbon. It was standing there like 15 minutes. So I was like, oh, there's my bourbon. And I took my glass and I had it here, and an amazing flavor of like vanilla, a bouquet of flowers, everything came to my nose. And ever since I fell in love with that ex-bourbon oak. So it's for every day. It's a perfect whiskey. It's not complicated, but it's not boring at all.
You chose the only whiskey we don't have in Cyprus.
I'm sorry.
And can you check the bag? Maybe you have something more.
you
Yeah,
find something?
I'm sorry. I
Berpunolo.
forgot my Harry Potter bag that gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
And today
from
we have here to try.
Yeah.
It's your choices
the
again.
Finnish whiskey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Finland.
Right. Yeah. I chose from the assortment you have here. I chose port cask finish from Taiwan. Haha. So it's bourbon casks that have gotten a finish in port wine casks. Has 40%. The other whiskey we have here is Kavalan Lan. That's an expression especially made for the overseas market. So the word Lan is the character you see here. Means orchid.
Okay.
Kinka, of course, also has an orchid farm. So they breed their own orchids. And the orchid shown here is a own breed that also won prizes already. It's called the Kinka Honey Peach Orchid.
Okay.
So this whiskey is like an homage to its homeland because Lan, that character, is also part of the Chinese word characters for Kavalan, and it's the same character as in the hometown Ilan where our distillery is located. So it reunites the brand, the mother company, and representing the flowers, and the orchid is a typical flower for
There's a
Taiwan.
lovely story behind the...
But I would
label.
love to see a cask of Kavalan Lan maturing where the orchards are growing. Would be nice to...
Yeah, true. And the third whiskey I picked is my Vinho Barrique.
When we go to the Vinho Barrique, I would like you to explain us the different cask number, what it means, the age and stuff. Because I know you don't write the age, but you can guess the age.
I can look into my crystal ball and I can tell you how to read it.
So do you want to serve your whiskey?
Go. So here you see it's a very special bottle. This, because when they started making whiskey back then in 2006, they thought, what do people know about Taiwan? So maybe you've seen the Taipei 101 Tower, the biggest building in Taipei. It's like a bamboo-shaped skyscraper. And then they tried to imitate the Taipei 101 by a bottle.
Okay.
That's why you have this very specific bottle here. So our basic core range is all in this Taipei 101 bottle.
See, stuff we have no idea about.
Yeah. Indeed.
So here you can smell the port cask very strongly, even though it's just a finish. So the finish is probably around half a year to a year and a half.
Give me a lot of black cherries and these
Yeah.
kind of fruits.
Some candy fruits, actually.
Cinnabons, these
Cinnamon,
kind of
yeah,
chocolates.
Yeah, man.
Cheers.
You know, for a 40%, it's very warm
Yeah, it is.
whiskey.
And it stays quite long on your palate. That's what I like about it. Like you
Full.
swallowed,
It is full.
and it's still there.
I think all of them are the same.
Yeah.
They give you that satisfaction at the end that stays on the palate.
I think only the distillery 1 and 2 are more humble.
Yeah, that's
Softer.
like the entry level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
true.
they're made of
Especially
refill
one.
casks.
Number 2 it gives you that thing, but
Yes,
number
it's
1
more
is more.
intense. Yeah.
More.
But the purpose of those was also to create something for the bars, because you don't want to like mix a cocktail necessarily with a expensive bottle. So to have the nice typical Kavalan flavor, but on a reasonable price level. So it's really nice. We had a discussion about it last night. Like, why would you need it in a long drink or in a cocktail? But I really like. We tried for events as a welcome drink. We used Distillery Select No. 1 combined with wildberry tonic on ice
Okay.
as a long drink.
Or as a highball.
As a highball, you can have it, and you still have a very nice, intense whiskey aroma, but at a reasonable price level.
We don't have this fashion at all in Cyprus.
So you drink it on ice or neat or...
Maybe some cocktails usually is old-fashioned
Old-fashioned
or
whiskey sour.
but nobody serves whiskey and soda in
okay.
Cyprus. Yeah, the highball is not the fashion
Well,
at all.
It's highball isn't fashion in Germany either. I think it's more like in Asia,
Asian thing.
Japan and
Japanese
Korea.
love
And,
the old-fashioned whiskey soda.
Interesting one. We can throw here what we don't want to drink.
Okay.
So also the LAN is the most complicated label of all the Kavalans.
Yeah, probably. Or complicated.
And it's your newest product,
It's,
this core range product or something.
core range product. Yeah, right. And it's made especially for the overseas market. So in Taiwan, they don't sell the LAN.
Really? Oh, okay. It's overseas only.
So can we sell it online to them? Maybe
Try.
we can make some money out of it.
So I open?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, this is a new bottle. So we get the sound of music.
I forgot to take one from the festival, so
Oh, we emptied the one yesterday, so we would have opened it
All right.
Okay.
newly anyway.
So it will be neat.
So that's the nicest
you.
sound. A new bottle. So give it some air. That is, Kavalan always needs time. It needs air. And LAN is very interesting. It's a vatting of bourbon, wine, and port wine cask.
what kind of wine do we know?
No, it's the same with the Vinho Barrique. It can be different types of wines.
I can
But
get similarities with the Concertmaster, the port one.
The port.
It
And
just-
you also find the smell of the Vinho Barrique in there.
You
That's
get that Vinho Barrique.
that's what I get first,
That
and
chocolate,
I get the port.
It gives me an extra strawberry jam, a more reddish than dark fruits, but jam version of, compared to the Concertmaster port.
Yeah. So and this has 43% of alcohol, so it's a bit richer in alcohol.
For me, it's a beautiful drum.
I think you get some spices that might be from the wine cask.
Yeah.
This is what I was telling you about. It's not it's not for the first drinkers. I will start them from the distillery number 1 or 2,
Yeah.
Concertmaster, and then jump to the LAN. I think the LAN is a perfect whiskey for someone who actually drinks whiskey, much expensive whiskey also, and he needs that sweet and complicated whiskey. He can change to this one?
Probably, and that's because our weather. I
Yeah,
think this one in Scotland or in
Germany
it would
we have-
be much easier to drink for anyone.
That
I
amazed
guess.
me because this whiskey really appeals to beginners as well as to aficionados. So, but it might really have to do with the temperatures.
Here now it's like 30
it's
something
like-
degrees.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm
I'm
wearing
saying.
this, but it's hot
That's what
here.
I'm saying. I think it is for the beginners, but probably not in Cyprus or Taiwan, which is
Yeah.
quite warm. So
But it's still not a boring whiskey because you can
boring
if you
is for sure is not.
if you leave this in your glass for like 5 to 10 minutes, it develops, it changes, it gets a completely different smell. So if you have time at home once, pour it, have
Don't
something,
believe us. We
and
did
wait.
it many times.
Oh, okay.
But you know, to still have it for 5-10 minutes in our glass, in Cyprus, we have to pour until here to have it for 5-10 minutes. Or maybe we should get more balloon glasses just to...
The
Like
gin glasses.
The gin glasses, yeah.
You also do produce gin, I think. Eh?
They also produce gin, yeah. But we don't import it to Germany because the gin market is super satisfied.
Oh, okay.
There's so many different gins.
I think you stopped it because you wanted to produce a new bottle or something.
Rebranding, I think.
Because we wanted it for Cyprus and we had some issues.
Oh, okay. I didn't know because we tried, like, did market research and stuff and found out that, like, years ago, there's already too much gin in the market. And the only way to get in is via the price. And so it would be a very low price level, which is not possible.
I think Germany is not big gin market. Cyprus is crazy about gin.
About
Okay.
gin, yeah.
But it's
Why
our
did I never have a
most
gin and
selling-
tonic in Cyprus? then?
Really?
Huh? I'll
We
change
do,
this.
and we have so many good gins, local gins also.
This is a fantastic whiskey.
Yeah.
It is. It's one of my... And I can see now what Silvia said about leaving it to breathe a little bit. The chocolate, it comes more...
It really opens up. Also, some of the,
Gives
the
you some
bourbon
exotic
vanilla
fruits.
comes through.
I can get those ripe
Cantaloupes.
mangoes, these...
Yeah. Like the tropical fruits you find basically through all the lineup because it's part of our DNA.
That's a lovely expression.
And last,
We had a lot
the
of
masterpiece.
bottles with Pavlos with this one.
The Solist Vinho Barrique. So here we have, so now Solist always means cask strength.
and solis translate to single cask.
Right. So in the beginning, they named their assortment after an orchestra.
Thank you.
There is the concert master. We have a bottling that's called Podium. There is the King Car Conductor. That's the whiskey named after the company. So he is the conductor of the entire orchestra,
Okay.
stands above everything. And you have the solo players, the solists. So because soloist is too complicated, so they made it into solist. So it's always a first fill, single cask strength whiskey. So in this case, we have 57.1% of alcohol. And then here it tells you Vinho Barrique, so the wine cask. And then you have a cask number. There's always a letter. Sometimes it makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you have to search for the letter further down the road. But here in the W for the wine cask makes complete sense. And then the cask number is W1612020334A. So now you go like, yeah, nice, thank you. What's that? But if you decoded like the first 6 numbers of the cask number and you read it in the American way, so it's year, month, day, you know when it's been distilled. So here it would be the 2nd of December 2016. And in the back you have a bottling date and then you can
So
calculate.
you can find
So it's 2024, this one?
24 May.
So this one is like 8 years old,
Yes.
single
I think
cask.
all the solists are
It's
7 to 8
something.
years.
It developed, it got older. In the beginning, we had many solists that were between 4 and 6 to 7 years. And now we're more like 6 to 8. I've already seen a port cask that's been 11 years old. But that's about the oldest I've seen.
Okay, it is.
And I think it only works with sherry and port cask so far because the rest would be too much of wood influence.
What is the average angel share of Kavalan.
They don't name percentages, but they go 4 to 5 times of Scotland.
So between 8 and
There is
10.
in the distillery is a visitor center, and they have a picture in there that shows a cask, and they showed the content after 2, 4, and 6 years, and after 6 years, almost half of it is gone. Yeah, I just realized we have bottle number 1 out of 161.
I saw it before. Yeah, I saw it.
Cool.
I can smell the similarities. It's like
If you still
going
had
to the most expensive.
And this, I don't know, but when I was a kid, my grandmother used to have chocolate bowls filled with rum. And that smell, I always have in my nose when I open the Vinho Barrique. So it always beams me back into my grandmother's living room. Maybe that's why I like it so much.
For me, it's a memory of my mother making some caramel pudding. And at the end, that caramel that stays at the bottom of the pan.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
And you was putting your finger in it. It gives me that thing every time I tried it.
I think it's a beautiful bouquet. It's like a fruit market again. All those darker fruits again are everywhere.
Yeah.
Covered in like candied apples, covered everything in caramel. But
Yeah, I really like that expression. And I totally get why it became World Whiskey of the Year in 2015.
Indeed.
it has it also on the box.
Yes.
That it was world's best single malt whiskey.
Yeah.
ABV is 57.1 on this one. What is the diversity between the ABV on the Solis?
It depends a bit on the cask. The lowest I had was with a peated malt. That was like 50.2.
Okay.
And the highest I had was, I've seen some that go over 60. I had I think it was a port cask with 61.2 once. But usually you're between 55 and 59 point something.
Yeah, I think
the highest way I see was 59.1, and
I think we have it on the festival, 59.1, I think, something.
I think I have at home one, 59.1.
No, there's
podcast.
one spot in the warehouse that has a microclimate where the alcohol goes up, and in all other spaces it goes down. No one knows what's happening in that magic corner.
happens.
Maybe it's the window
Magic
is far
happens.
away, or
Yeah.
you want to bring our bottle
Yeah.
to serve us? Usually we have it here, but
Okay.
we forgot today.
So is this going to become the living podcast bottle?
Yeah, and by the end of the season, we're gonna bottle everything that we throw here.
And then you call it the
We
Society...
bring you all back, and we do a blind tasting.
Oh, nice.
Do you know anything about this?
Yes. Penderyn is a Welsh distillery.
But this is a single cask for the
This
Whisky
is-
Society Cyprus.
Yeah, so I haven't tried this one.
It's
but-
fully matured in Pedro Jimenez cask. It was very difficult to find 100% mature in Pedro Jimenez.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
So we found it from Penderyn. 60.2 ABV.
Oh. Once I had the chance in a fair where one of the distillers was with us, she brought New Make. And they have this special still, right? The Faraday still. So their New Make has a very high ABV, but you can drink it. It's super smooth.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice smell. Kavalan also does PX casks.
I know, it's a surprise. We ordered some samples for Cyprus.
Oh,
Yeah. So if we liked it, maybe
not a
it's gonna
surprise
be
anymore.
maybe it's gonna be our next bottling. But let's see. We're waiting the
We're gonna
samples.
give all the surprises now.
And that's we said only the one cask. We didn't say the other 2 or 3 we're gonna taste. It's a surprise. It's confidential.
Yeah, yeah.
As they like to say in Kavalan.
very fruity.
I get so many bananas now.
Yeah.
It changed every time we tried it.
Banana pear.
I have
From chocolate, cinnamons.
No, it's more fruity
we
now.
went
Yeah,
to
it's
more
like
fruitiness now.
stone fruit, white,
Yeah,
light
like
stone fruit.
pear. Yeah, pear. Fresh
Yeah, also a
apples
bit
and
like
peaches.
peach apricot.
You know, from the first podcast we tried it until now, it's like a different whiskey.
Completely different. And you don't feel so much the ABV.
No. Very slightly in after you swallow on the top of your tongue.
On the lips.
But
you feel
not-
behind on your lips.
Wow.
Became so sweet now.
Yeah. Cool.
When you first open it, it's a completely different whiskey. So the 15 minutes
Yeah.
rule you have,
Yeah.
here is like 15 days. So
Or more.
Yeah, I usually tell people, pour your Kavalan, go into the kitchen, do something different, and come back 5 to 10 minutes later and then have it. Then it's just right.
So for this, come back in a few days.
no, just open your pendering, go to work, go holidays,
okay.
go whatever.
So I
come
take
back after
this
a month.
glass with me and I have it tonight and I have a different whiskey.
Or we can take
probably.
the bottle with us. Okay, if it's gonna stay
really
open
nice.
until tonight, you might not find whiskey inside, but
Well, I'm not from Cyprus. Maybe it works. Nice.
nice.
Yep, indeed.
These we're gonna taste in a different day. Mm-hmm. We're not gonna open them now.
No, that was meant for
Because we
taking
want
it
to
home.
share it with our guys to
Yeah,
surprise them.
sorry.
And we're gonna double it, so it's
Don't
okay.
worry.
Okay.
So, Silvia, thank you very much for having you.
Thank you for
Yes.
inviting me.
Our pleasure. We learned a lot that we had no idea about Kavalan.
You know you are always welcome in Cyprus.
Thank you. I hope I can come back. I really like it here.
I hope we can see you in Taiwan next time.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, stop coming to Cyprus all the time. Get us there.
Okay.
You can come here just to take the flight. We go together to Taiwan.
Yeah, Germany, Cyprus, Cyprus, Taiwan. Maybe it's easier.
Yeah, probably.
So that's a good deal. It's good that we say it online. I'm
Or,
gonna
or
keep
if
it
it's
safe.
difficult, we can come to Germany. And,
You might have to
you go-
have
you
a
go-
stopover anyway somewhere. So probably we meet in Frankfurt.
Yeah, good plan.
sounds good.
So thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
And thanks for having me taste the Pandaren
Cheers.
single cask for the Whisky Society.